third graders, welcome back to day 3 of Elapsed Time. Today we are going to continue to use our addition and subtraction strategies to find elapsed time. And I want you to go ahead and pause the video, grab your dry erase board and marker or your paper and pencil, and go ahead and write start, end, elapsed time. We know that that's really important for us to write down so that we know what strategy we're going to use. So go ahead and grab your gear and then press play to keep going. So what strategy should you use? Whenever we write down our start, end, elapsed time, what is missing will help us to decide what strategy we do. When we're looking for the end time, and that's the missing number, then we're going to add and use addition strategies. When we're calculating for the start time, we're going to use subtraction strategies. And when we're looking for the elapsed time, the time in between, we're going to skip count on a number line. So let's get started. On Monday, we focused on end time. On Tuesday, we focused on elapsed time. And today, we're going to look at start time. So let's get started. Tyler finished playing basketball at 12:40 after playing for 20 minutes. When did he start playing? So let's go ahead and write in our numbers. We know that, I noticed first off that the question is start. So they're asking us to figure out the start time. So I know that I'm going to leave start blank. I see here that he finished playing at 12:40. So finish or end, our end time would be 12:40. And I see that he played for 20 minutes. So our elapsed time is 20 minutes. So let's go to the next slide to figure out what we should do. Go ahead and be thinking about how you think we would solve it. You'll see right here that we're actually going to subtract to find the start time. So I went ahead and lined up 12:40 minus 20, and then I can go ahead and do the subtraction. 0 minus 0 is 0. 4 minus 2 is 2. 12 minus 0 is 12. So Tyler started playing basketball at 12:20. I want you to do a little quick write for me. After I read the question, pause, write down your answer. Why would we use subtraction now? Welcome back. So yes, you probably wrote something like, because we're going backwards. We're starting with a finish time, and we've got to count backwards to find out what time that event started. So we would subtract to make that number go backwards. So let's practice 2 or 3 more, so then you can try it out on your exit slip on Quizzes. Brian played video games for 45 minutes. He finished playing at 2:50 p.m. What time did he start playing? So go ahead, write down your helper and fill in the numbers. You probably went ahead and wrote start, end, elapsed time, just like I did. Now we're going to fill it in. The question asks me what time did he start. So I know that the start time's not in here. It says he played games for 45 minutes. So that's how much time passed while he was playing. So that's our elapsed time. He finished playing at 2:50. So he ended his game at 2:50. So we're looking for the start time. And when we look for the start time, we're going to use subtraction strategies. So let's go ahead and get this started. I'm going to line it up first. I'm actually going to show you 2 different ways for this. I'm going to show you how to use the traditional subtraction algorithm as well as how to do it on number line. That way you can use which one works best for you. So if I use the traditional algorithm, I'm going to line up those numbers, and I'm going to start by looking, and I'm going to remember my subtraction strategy, BBB. If the bottom number's bigger, then you have to borrow. 5 is bigger than 0, so I have to go next door and borrow. This 5 will become a 4, and this 0 will become a 10. Now I can subtract. 10 minus 5 is 5. 4 minus 4 is 0. 2 minus 0 is 2. So Brian started playing at 2:05. So I could fill that in. Now, if I choose to do a number line because maybe you're not ready for borrowing, I get that. Some of us are ready to do that. Some of us may not feel so ready to do that. You can also use a number line to subtract. So I could go ahead, draw my number line, and I'm going to go ahead and do my jumps. I'm going to go ahead and do my elapsed time. So I'm going to say 10, 20, 30, 40, 45. So there I've got my jumps. So let's see if I can go backwards. This can be kind of tricky, but if I'm just looking at the minutes, that can help me. 50 minus 10 would be 240. 40 minus 10 would be 230. 30 minus 10 would be 220. 20 minus 10 would be 210. And then 10 minus 5 would be 205. So I was able to go ahead and write my jumps first and then just go backwards to that start time. And as you see, I got 205 with both strategies. So let's try a couple more using both strategies so you can pick the one that you feel most comfortable with. Try a new problem. Miss LaRusso, go ahead, pause, write down your helper. Good job. Miss LaRusso worked on lesson plans for 40 minutes. She finished at 5:55. What time did she start? Again, I noticed that it's asking me for that start time. So I don't know the start time yet. So that already gives me a huge hint that I'm going to be subtracting. So let's go ahead and fill in everything else. She worked for 40 minutes. So that's how many minutes passed. She finished at 5:55. So the first thing I can try, remember, since we're missing the start time, we're going to go ahead and subtract. So the first thing I could try is just regular old traditional subtraction, making sure I line up those minutes like we've talked about. And then we'll try the number line and see if that works. 5 minus 0 equals 5. 5 minus 4 equals 1. No regrouping on that one because the top numbers were bigger than the bottom numbers. And 5 minus 0 is 5. So Miss LaRusso started working on her lesson plans at 5:15. 5:15. So let's try the number line method and see if that works. I'm going to draw my number line. I'm going to change, well, no, I'm not. I'm going to draw my number line. Let me go ahead and erase this 5:15 just to give me a little bit of space to make my hops. And I'm going to go ahead and do my elapsed time jumps. I'm going to say 10, 20, 30, 40. And that's all there is on this one. So I don't even have to worry about anything but going backwards by 10. Then I'm going to put 5:55. So 55, looking at the minutes, 55 minus 10 would be 45. So there we are at 5:45. 45 minus 10 would be 5:35. 35 minus 10 would be 5:25. And then the final 10, 25 minus 10 is 5:15. So again, both strategies showed us 5:15. We just either used traditional subtraction or number line subtraction. Let's try one more problem, and then you will be ready for your numbers, your exit slip. Okay, go ahead and write down your helpers. Okay, never mind. That is it for today. So go ahead and try the exit slip on quizzes. Make sure you're clicking on Wednesday because this is day 3 of our week. Wednesday's exit slip, and it should be all about start times. Remember, reach out to your teacher if you need help. We are so happy to Zoom with you, to FaceTime with you, to do anything we can to help you understand your learning. You're doing a great job. We love you.